Yeah, I mean, it's more natural for me. I was born in a house at home, so it's kind of a, it's kind of a tradition, I guess you could say. So it was my idea. I looked it up, found Kim. She made it real easy. We came in for the consultation, and I knew that's what we wanted to do. How do you feel about it, babe?
That's what I wanted to do. I definitely want to do an at-home birth. As a doctor, you were called out by your name. Nobody knew who I was. When I came here, she knew who I was. It was easy. It was quick. The doctors, when they'd come in, they were a little more straight to the point, where Kim would sit for an hour and talk to me, and we'd go over things that were going on and how we wanted things to go, like what I wanted to do, our birth plan and everything, wishes, which happened.
She was in the bathroom. I woke up, and just by the way she was acting, I could tell it was different. So we had all the supplies and stuff, and I was like, let me go ahead and start the process. Start blowing up the pool and stuff. And she was like, no, hold off. I was like, no, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And I know this is happening, so she was reluctant to call Kim, but, I don't know. I had everything worked out in my head, so I called her at the perfect time. Kim got there at the perfect time. And it all just went like clockwork. No interruptions, no emergencies. It went well. Overall, it was a great experience.
Best experience. Him got to be born in the water where he was sitting to begin with. And he loves the water now. He's definitely a water baby.
We're big on the natural thing too, we're big into holistic medicine and stuff, and obviously that contradicts your traditional medicine, so I was already educated on holistic medicine, so this kind of all just fell into place, man. It was real easy. We lived in a tiny one-bedroom apartment, and we fit everything that we needed in there. We had a blow-up pool and all the equipment. Yeah, so size isn't a concern. If we could do it in our little tiny 500 square foot apartment, anyone could do it at home. So that's another plus too. Space isn't really an issue. I mean, it's more that your surroundings is better. I mean, you feel more comfortable. You relax more, which probably assists in the birth process too.
Yes, it does. It was me, Eric, your mom showed up at 3:30.
Yeah, my mom, my sister.
His mom and sister showed up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And Kim was there by 4:30. We had him by 9:30. I sat in the water and I couldn't get comfortable, and I wanted to get up and move, and then I didn't want to move, and then I would want him in the water and then I wouldn't, and it was definitely a lot better. I had my first two in the hospital, and in the hospital they made me sit down. I was told what I had to do, and with Kim she said, okay, what do you want to do, what feels comfortable, and gave me pointers for what I should do, how I should move around, and the water ended up being the best for me. And we pushed for an hour.
Yeah, probably a little bit more than that. A little bit.
An hour and
slightly over an hour, yeah.
And then he was here, 8.5 pounds. I expected 7.
Yeah, it was bigger than we thought, but he also, went longer than we thought as well.
And Daddy delivered him.
You got to help. I mean,
Him and Kim did it.
Yeah.
Daddy assisted a lot, and that was my.
I had to jump in. I mean, I was there in the beginning, and Kim kind of took over, and she was pushing for about half an hour, and I could see in her face that she was like ready to give up. So
I saw that in her face.
I saw it in her face. So I jumped in the pool, and I kind of pushed her along, because I could see she was ready to give up, so I just jumped in there for some more support and coached her through it. I mean, it was my first time, I didn't know I had an idea about what I wanted to do. And it comes natural, A lot of people think men don't have innate abilities to be a father, but they do. But after he was born, that's what was special. Like the moments afterwards, you know, and you're able to take him out and she gets on the bed and, you know, you lie him down with the mom and I got to lie down there too. It's special. Definitely something I want to do again.
Yes. Daddy put his first diaper on and
Yeah, that made it all worth it.
he was weighed and measured right in front of me, so he didn't have to be taken away. And that was my thing in the hospitals. I didn't want them taken. And they would always try to take the children, where here he didn't move. He was with me constantly. That was a big deal to me. I wanted him with me.
Yeah, we opted out of any antibiotics, any type of traditional medicine. And
I have to
I
say,
mean,
he's
3 months,
pretty
almost
healthy.
4 months old, and not even a snotty nose, not even once. Healthiest kid I've seen
You
yet.
want him? Okay.
So you know what you did when you got in the water and you were helping her, coaching her fishing and sort of the baby and everything, that's pretty unusual. Most dads don't get in the water. If they are in the water, they're usually behind the mom.
Mhm.
So they're not like, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm from Grand Cayman, so we practice older medicine there. It's more, bush medicine. So it's not unusual for, a couple to have a kid at home alone without the assistance of a midwife, So, I mean, for me, like I said, it just came natural. It was innate. We all have that ability. Some men are freaked out by certain things, not me. I mean, it brings life. It's a celebration rather than something obscene. So it was beautiful all around. She didn't want to look at the afterbirth. I looked it over, made sure everything was in order, and didn't bother me a bit.
I didn't mind all the other stuff. Daddy even cleaned the pool right after.
Yeah, I cleaned the pool out. With blood in it and everything.
And he got to cut the cord. Daddy cut the cord. Daddy, you did all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the first two, ended up having to get stitches, and this time that didn't happen. And that was a big deal for him to be as big as he was. I was sure we would have to do stitching, and
He's hungry.
things went very perfect. They went perfect compared to what I've experienced. I'd have 5 more if I could do it at home and have the same. I had very good recovery. I felt good, and I was at home, and I was able to do things there. I wasn't in the hospital and being told I couldn't. That was my big thing. Being told what I had to do and where I had to go. Like, I got to do everything on my own, and it felt good. It was empowering.
She had Kim's personal number, so if she had any inquiries or, had any questions to ask, she just called Kim and,
Which we had a few at first.
Yeah.
I was texting every
Kim
couple
was
of
good
days.
about stuff like that. This light meal afterwards. Like I said, we didn't have to leave the house. It was so convenient. The hospital isn't convenient whatsoever. Having him at home is the ultimate convenience.
Yeah.